Fight for freedom, never budge. Frederick Douglass. Freddie Freeman, Freddie Freeman, Freddie Freeman, Reeducation. At the 1888 Republican National Convention, Frederick Douglass became the first African American to receive a vote for President of the United States in a major party's roll call vote. Born in Talbot, with dignity, something to salvage. Life as a slave on the plantation, on the eastern shore of the Chesapeake Bay, where he was born. In my grandmother's cabin, Native American and African and European, so I am of mixed race. Got separated from my mama, she could only see me at night. I felt a whole lot of trauma, don't even know my real age, but my mother could read and write. And when my people died, I was moved to the north. Consider myself lucky, ended up in Baltimore. Sophia and Hugh all didn't have me on the floor. I taught me to read, saw the Columbian Orator. They didn't want me to read, trying to keep a brother down. Might open the corridor and remember once had a crown. Hired out to Willie Freeland and started teaching the other slaves reading. They busted in on the meeting and gave a nigga a beating. Hired out to Eddie Covey as a punishment. He broke my whole body, soul, spirit out. He running shit, the whippings kept coming till this one day when he took up his lash. I fought vigorously and whooped his ass. He never tried it no more. I learned the resistance that day, take a stand. You have seen how a man was made a slave. Now see how a slave was made a man. Met a woman named Anna. She was my free black sugar mama. We had love, gave me aid and money. I escaped northbound of slave country, southwest shore of the Susquehanna. Rode through Delaware disguised as a sailor. Had a free black seaman's papers. I ran away. Hopped the ferry to Perryville, they'd have killed me if they'd have found me. On the opposite shore, they won't find me in Cecil County. They probably got a bounty. I'm on a steamboat along the Delaware River. How fast can this thing go? Northeast of Philadelphia, where they got some underground railroad help for ya. Know that abolitionists know what the struggle is. Needed a safe house, David Ruggles stayed me in his. Then I finally slept on my first safe night. Lived more in one day free than in my whole slave life. The journey to freedom barely took 24 really. Freddie the Freeman when he hit New York City. Abolitionist, black Presbyterian minister. But now you'll need a name or they'll remember ya. Freddie Bailey, Fred Stanley, Fred Johnson. They don't stand out, sound too common. His homie Nate Red, the lady of the lake. Two characters, inspiration for the name we would take. Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman. Came to hear him preaching on Sundays for black justice. Written about in local newspaper by William Lloyd Garrison, called The Liberator. And he hated a dictator with his anti-colonial stance. Do an anti-slavery dance. Got kicked off a train car, they wouldn't recognize me a man. Open seat, they tried making me stand. I did 100 conventions to convince them a slave is a man. I got jumped, the mob broke my hand permanently. I have no patriotism for a country spurning me in social stigmatism. Narrative of an American slave author, a strong leader, my bondage, my freedom. 3 books, you read them. He even toured England, plaques in London, Scotland, and Ireland. Didn't want me to leave, but gotta go see my wife again. I am living proof, behind me's a strong woman. I support women's suffrage, same rights every human. Publish my own paper and champion education, knowing that blacks need it. We gotta desegregate it. Freddie D, you the reason great daddy Sam died Republican. Back in the late 1880s we was with them. They bankrupted Freedman savings after they hired me. U.S. Marshal to D.C. until retirement. Recorder of deeds, the order of things. At historical black colleges he surely received. And so, I see the fight for freedom never budges. As a measurement of how we're treating others in the life and times of a free man, Frederick Douglass. Fight for freedom, never budges. Frederick Douglass.